All right, welcome to another episode of Two Bros, Two Podcast, Two Bros, Two Perspectives. Shit, I've been out of this too long. I'm JJ.
I'm Steven. What's up?
What's going on? It's been 2 weeks. Well, 1 week in the YouTube world, but 2 weeks that we recorded.
Yep. Been 2 weeks.
Been busy. You with baseball, and
Yep.
taking care of other stuff. So what's been going on?
Same old shit, man. Like you said, we had the first week we had an in-town tournament, but we play on Sundays, so it was hard to record. I forgot what time we played, but it was in the morning.
Yeah.
Last week we was up in Austin, so couldn't record. First tournament, we did okay. Last tournament in Austin, we won it all, so it was pretty cool.
How was Austin? Haven't been there in a minute.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, we didn't really have time to really venture out, but we stayed pretty much behind the Round Rock Express Stadium, and the coach knew some people up in there, so got them a little tour. The boys, went to the locker room. Nolan Ryan's son, I forget his name, is the one that gave the tour.
Oh yeah, he's part of that organization.
Yep. So they got. I think they went on the field, all kinds of shit. Parents could have went, but I was like, man, let them. They're not little kids no more. Let them go do their own thing. And we stayed back at a little barbecue spot that we all went to go eat. But it was fun though. We went to the game that night. First batter started off with a home run, and they were just hitting like a motherfucker. So it was cool. It was hot as hell outside.
Yeah.
Pay a lot of money for these tournaments. The fields kind of suck. Pitchers mound suck.
Damn.
It affects the pitchers. And we played at a couple colleges, high school. Well, actually, we played at a different field every freaking game. Even on Sunday, we had to leave one field to go play the championship game. But field sucked. It was cool. One of the players on the team is from. You ever heard of Taylor, Texas?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a small town. They're from out there. It was right around that area. So had an uncle that had a Mexican restaurant. So it was like, hey, here's the menu. Put your order in and I'll bring breakfast.
Yeah.
So that was cool, menudo, tacos, shit like that. So
Okay.
it was a good time. It was all right, man. I mean, nothing major, but I love to be out there watching some baseball. So
Yeah. No, we haven't been to Austin in a while. Just really never really wanted to go out there.
Yeah.
We went out there when the kids were small to see like the Capitol and do the Austin stuff. But
Yeah, if you're from around here, I mean, going to Austin and shit, like
Yeah.
you said, you see the Capitol as a kid once or twice. So didn't y'all go down there one day for a food truck or something? I could have sworn y'all drove down there for a barbecue thing, and you said they were out of.
I mean, we've gone down there to eat barbecue.
I thought it was a food truck or something.
Or
You
we
had told me.
pass through and ate barbecue, or go to the Round Rock donut place. Or
Yeah.
did you get that big ass donut?
Nah.
No.
We played early in the morning, and the guy was taking breakfast for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, shit, you ain't gonna spend no money. Good Mexican food. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but we're kind of like, one game would be in Austin, this one would be in Round Rock.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad, but we made it kind of a weekend time because they're having a lot of floods and shit down there right now.
Oh, is that where it's
Because
at?
we passed through Georgetown,
Uh-huh.
and Georgetown is pretty bad right now.
Yeah, I saw that. It's crazy.
I don't know how close it is to Kerrville. I know Kerrville's getting hit, but I mean, we're getting some of the rain here, so I can imagine those towns that are kind of around. You know what I mean?
Yes, I don't. Like I said, I don't watch the news too much, but
Yeah.
I saw a little bit here and there. But that's pretty crazy. There's like some kids that
Yeah,
are
like at a camp or something. They're
Yeah.
starting to find a few here and there. I know Kerrville got hot. I've been out there. Got hit hard. I've been out there once. We did a tournament out there in Kerrville, small town. So I can and one of the restaurants we went, it was patio seating, and you could see the Guadalupe River
Okay.
passing by from the.
So that's what flooded, right? The
Yeah,
Guadalupe River.
yeah.
Okay.
So I can just imagine what that small town is looking like right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. You see that shit. They showed one day, like yesterday, this nice little river, and then
Yeah.
there's today, it's Mother Nature's crazy.
It is. Especially, I mean, we're in July. I mean, it's supposed to be hot,
She don't play.
and it's fucking raining and shit.
Yeah, we're getting, like I said, the outer
Mm-hmm.
outer shit of it, but it's
Yeah.
been raining over here unexpectedly. So, how about you, man? What you been up these 2 weeks?
These 2 weeks, really working on the house.
Okay.
We cleaned up the garage and got some Jimmy Cremini here. Like I told you, it was either buy some stuff or join the gym
Yeah,
and
you guys can't see, but he's got a whole new
yeah.
workout set up. I may
Um,
try it out for my New Year
there you
resolution.
go. So my whole thing is I've been working out here in the house, and we had like a bench to do bench press and stuff like that, and some barbells, dumbbells, and I just felt like I need to do more. Right when I used to go to the gym, I used to have a routine, and I couldn't do everything here. And um, there's a gym opening up around the way. You remember where old Best Buy used to be on Gannon, run that way?
Best Buy by River Mall.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
And I was like, man, that's kind of hood to have gym, and it's kind of like hidden.
yeah.
And me and Bear went to some little thing on Main Street here in Duncanville, and they're like, "Nah, we're gonna put bright lights and cameras and all this and that." And I was like, "I don't know if I want to join a gym."
Because of
So
the bright lights.
no, because I just didn't want to leave here and go to the gym. When am I gonna go in the morning or at night? And
Now,
once I'm home, sometimes I'm just home
yeah,
and I don't want to go anywhere. Or if I had to go in the morning, I'm like, dang, I gotta get ready, get in the car, go, come back, take a shower. So
it's not different going to the gym. You
it
don't
is
feel.
different going to the gym, but I don't know. I like doing it here,
Yeah.
right? And I've gotten a routine to do it here, but I just need to do more. And then Tony's starting to work out, and then Bea's in cheer, soccer, and other stuff.
Just convenient for everybody.
And I was like, she needs to start working out her legs and her arms for cheer and all that stuff. And I started looking online, and I didn't want to get it at first, but I was like, nah, fuck it, I'll just do it. So I pulled the trigger on it, and it's a nice little machine, and getting a lot of workout stuff that I couldn't do before. And even Tony's like, man, I'm sore now. Like, yeah, because you're doing more, you're able to do more
You gotta
stuff.
be careful with that mirror over there. Some don't snap back.
Well, I
Looks
mounted
good
them pretty
though.
good. Mounted them pretty good, I think.
Looks like you can do a bunch of. No, I'm talking about like them things that pull down.
And that's the one that I wanted, because that's what I used to do a lot when I go
Yeah,
to gym. That those cables and stuff.
yeah.
So that's
That's
why I
cool.
got
Looks
that.
good. Y'all can't see. We over here talking about something y'all can't even see.
But it's cool, And then working on the cars. The main car, the family SUV, was in the shop for a minute, so I was using Nick's Jeep, and I had to just since he's gonna be going to school in August, I was like, you know what, let me do the tune up on it and did all the flushes and all
On the
that stuff.
Jeep.
Yeah, on the Jeep. So I was doing that. So mainly working at home and working in the cars.
That's cool. So it kind of freed up some time.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks. Summertime's busy as hell at fucking work. So
Oh,
that's
that's
been
true. Yeah, huh?
shit. That's been stressful as fuck. So took a
Yeah.
couple Fridays off. Stevie played that. They've been starting during the week.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's that many games or they're fucking. It's about the money because now they're starting on Thursday.
Oh
It's
shit.
$10 a day per parent.
Yeah.
So instead of Saturday and Sunday, $40. Now they're doubling up, starting them on Thursday. You know what I mean? So I've taken a couple Fridays off, and then plus Fourth of July
Yeah.
was already off. So been having some short weeks, but kind of needed the long week right now. You know what I mean? So taking off the Fridays, of course, I ain't gonna miss no baseball for work, but yeah, it catches up to me on Monday.
I'm sure it
You know what I mean?
does. I'm sure it does. I
So
remember when we used to do that with Chris. It takes a toll on you, man. Like being out there all weekend, especially July, August,
oh
and
yeah, it
stuff
was
like
hot as
that.
fuck out
Got
there.
like 3 practices a week, and then all weekend at the baseball field and stuff like that. So it was to the point at the end. I hate to say it, but it was like, damn, they need to lose so we can get out of here, get home, man. Like,
Nah, I never got to that point yet. I'll be
and
out there all day.
nah, we would just like get burned, tired, and the kids would be tired and stuff. And Um, then he got to high school playing football, and they didn't have baseball where he went to high school. So
Yeah.
he joined football, and it was like, oh shit, this is once a week. Practice in the morning or after school. We don't have to go practice, and one game a week. That was
Hell yeah.
badass.
Nah, we what you mentioned, luckily we don't have no small ones.
Yeah.
Like with Joshua, or
Uh-huh.
Isaiah, we always had to deal with the small kids running around.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we ain't gotta deal with. Small kids whining and crying. Luckily he is the smallest kid. So but nah, it's fun. Shit, I enjoy it. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, I didn't spend all Saturday and all morning here to fucking go home and lose. But
Yeah.
it was hot as hell. Myra, she's got a chair, it's got a cover. Me, I got a little chair like this because shit, I buy them expensive chairs. They don't even last. A little $10 chair I got's lasted me a long time.
And I seen videos now where I hate to sound old, but I see videos now where they show the ballparks and they have like chairs with fucking tents and like bubbles around you, like it's like a whole enclosure now and stuff.
Oh, well, in the wintertime, I think that was made for more
Yeah.
soccer, but them things are pretty cool in the
Yeah.
wintertime if it's cold and raining and shit. I mean, it's a little small,
It's like
little.
there's more people sitting along the fence line than in the stands
Well, yeah,
because
because
they
it's
got
more
their chairs and
comfortable.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah, you want to
Yeah.
be comfortable. You sit in the bench, them bench. Well, now they make those. I mean, they've always made those bench seats, them stadium seats. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
the
about, like
little
for
cushion
football.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, now they're getting a lot real crazy. They'll come in, look like big old circle, holding it
Yeah.
on their back. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And
Yeah.
it folds into like an armchair and all this
Yeah.
shit. But nah, I've always sat on the fence line with my chair. If I'm gonna sit there all day, I'm gonna be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, a little rocker or something. Myers is like a fishing chair. It's got a where you can pull over a cover. She's like, you need one, but as long as I got sunblock, I don't care. I can sit in the sun all day. As long
Yeah.
as I feel protected.
Yeah.
It's when I don't have sunblock that I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna burn like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I got sunblock, shit, I'll sit. I'll be hot. But hell, I got my ice chest right there with
Hmm.
Gatorade, water, whatever the fuck I want. So it ain't too bad. It was hot though. Don't get me wrong. It was
I'm
hot.
sure it was. Yeah.
I was, especially that first tournament. Came home late on the couch. I was out, but in Austin, he's trying to hang out with his friends. Everybody wants to go eat, so
Yeah.
we just on the fucking go. But yeah, we were tired. So 4th of July wasn't too bad.
What'd y'all
It
do?
was cloudy. We went to Leslie's.
Okay.
Ate. We got there about 5 o'clock. There was fajitas, hot dogs, uh, big old glizzies from
Yeah.
Costco.
Yeah.
You ever seen those?
Yeah.
I never seen them, but there's some big motherfuckers and hamburgers and all kinds of sides and
Yeah.
shit. Then we popped fireworks. Probably came home about 12:30,
So
1
y'all
o'clock.
bought some fireworks to take out there.
Yeah, I took Stevie, man. Last year he had fun. He popped quite a few, so I thought he was gonna, I was expecting to spend $150,
Yeah.
$200, but he only bought a few things. It was like $48.
Hmm.
I was like, "You sure that's it?" He's like, "Yeah, that's it." I'm like, I was kind of hoping he got more so I could pop some too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
Yeah.
nah, he went out there, popped his little Roman candles. He had one big one that went kind of crazy, and some other shit. I forgot what else, but. Usually over there they do it real big all around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So you get a pretty damn good show. So but it only lasted about 20 minutes this year. Usually it's a few hours, but for those 20 minutes it was 360. You're moving your chair
Yeah.
around and shit. So it was cool, man. It's always a good time hanging out with them. What'd y'all get into?
Well, we normally go down to Main Street over here in Duncanville.
Okay.
They have a good show. I guess we've been doing it almost almost 10 years now. We've been going out there. And in the morning they do a parade. Like Duncanville is cool because it's like still got small town feel
Yeah.
to it. Like that kind of stuff they do like parades and just on their main street and
Yeah.
and they have that big Armstrong Park down there where they do a lot of events and shit like that. So normally we have a little spot we go to. It's Reed Middle School. We park in the church across the street from there, and we didn't know this because we never go to the park. We just
Yeah.
park right there. About 7, we get there, and the fireworks are about 9:30. We usually get a good spot, and it was just me, Cynthia, and Bea that went this year. Tony didn't want to go. Nick was in the mood, so I think we're getting to that point where it's just
Yeah,
us
yeah.
three now.
Yeah,
Kind of
that's-
like y'all, I
yeah.
guess.
Me, Myron, Stevie.
And even almost where soon it's gonna be me and Cynthia, but Bea went with us,
One day.
and Cynthia don't like walking, right? She don't like getting out too. So Bea was like, "Let's go see you over there." And they had like a couple food trucks, so we went to the parking lot across the street. There's a Family Dollar and shit right there, but there was really nothing. And she's like, "Well, let's go to Main Street." It's like, I don't want to walk over Main Street.
Pretty good walk.
Not really, but I
Okay.
just didn't feel like walking. But she's like, "Let's go." I said, "All right, let's go." So in the announcements, you got to it's free to get in the park, but it's
Yeah.
enclosed, and you need a wristband. I said, "We didn't get a wristband. We're supposed to go to City Hall and pick them up or whatever." But let's try. So we
Yeah.
go and they let us in. They just give it a wristband when you walk in, and they had like vendors. They had food, and we bought Bea Lafufu out there.
The lafufu. How much
Yeah.
that lafufu cost?
$20.
Oh, okay.
They were like, normally $40, but we're good for 20.
Yeah.
Like, man, this ain't real,
How
bro.
much the real boo boo cost?
Like 40.
Okay, they're not charging them up.
Nah.
Oh, well then that's not too bad.
So, and she's not really into like name brand shit or whatever, but she wanted someone is, you know, it
Yeah,
was already sitting out, so she
fucking
wanted
little
that
boo
color,
boos.
and she was like, all right. So we walked around there. She got lemonade, and it was cool. So we walked back and had about an hour left till the fireworks started, and um, it's like a 30-minute show.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it goes good. Yeah,
that's cool. Get real packed or nah, nah.
it does.
Yeah.
Like where we park, I think more people are figuring out that area, and
So your little spots turn into a lot of people's spots now.
yeah, I
That
mean it
sucks.
always gets full, right?
Yeah,
It always
yeah.
gets full, but I think people are going earlier.
Yeah, you find that spot in the first couple of years, you're like, okay, hell yeah, I got me a good
Yeah.
spot. And then next thing you know,
Like there's one guy that I think we've because he's annoying as hell. Like he's been there like the last 3 years, I
he's
think.
annoying as hell.
He is. He just talks too much,
Yeah.
right? And he's a type that any little thing happens, he has to comment. Like if a firework came up and it didn't go all the way up, oh, it's a dud, it's a dud, or
It's-
and in the middle of shit, it's just like just talking, like bro, like shut up already.
yeah, it's like there's this kid that goes to Leslie's. He's on, I guess, Eli's side. I don't know if it's a brother's friend somewhere, but he's always there. And man, Stevie don't like him because he's the type like I don't know if he takes fireworks or he don't, but either way it's cool. If you don't have no fireworks, we don't mind
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
But he's the type that he just goes and gets your shit and goes and pops it. Like
that's different.
you be like the kid that owns them be in the swimming
Yeah,
pool
yeah.
and shit, and he's over there,
Oh,
every
see,
day.
yeah, that's
Like, hey, you don't want to tell it. Well, he's not a kid. He's probably Stevie's age, 15, 16 years old. Kid, but he's older. You should know better. You got to be telling him like, hey, chill out. Those are his. He
Yeah.
wants to pop them too type shit. Like last year, Stevie got real mad because Stevie would set up like a nice big one, and
Yeah.
he would go over to the other kid and fucking light
Oh,
it.
fuck that.
And Stevie was like, hey, Dad, I'm fixing like knock the shit out this kid, man.
Yeah.
And I guess Uncle Lawrence heard him, and Uncle Lawrence went down there. But same shit this year. I stashed Stevie's fireworks. Couple shits ended up missing. I ain't tripping, whatever. But
I mean, yeah, but still, they're gonna get popped. But still, it's like,
let the
chill
person
out.
enjoy them. If he's got a pack of 10, let him give you one or
or
two.
wait till he starts popping.
Exactly.
Them,
And like Stevie's not stingy. He's not one of those kids.
Yeah, I
Like,
get it, but still, it's the
like there
point.
was a kid that he's like, you need somebody to light that for you, and he went and got it from Stevie, and you could tell he's gonna do it. And I was like, hey, let him do it. And Stevie's like, nah, you're good. He's a literate kid though.
Yeah.
But the teenager's like, hey man, what the fuck?
That's different.
What the helly?
What
You know
the
what I'm saying?
hell?
What the helly? You know what I mean? So
That's how you know you've been on TikTok.
yeah, not really. Well, I like the shorts, like same thing like YouTube. I go back
It
and
is.
forth.
It is.
With some I don't go to the people that I know. I go to like where it's just random shit.
Yeah,
A lot of police videos where they pulling people over and the people like they got something, but that everybody watches a little YouTube and now everybody knows their fucking laws and their rights. You know what I mean? What's your badge number? They think they feel good. They're asking
Yeah,
for
I
the
know.
badge number.
Or roll the crack their window like this.
Yeah, I ain't
like-
gotta roll my window
It
down.
might be detained. It might be detained.
Yeah.
Man, just give me your damn license and you can hurry up and get the fuck out.
Yeah, see, I went through that First Amendment. I still watch quite a few of them, and I know that shit. But a lot of people now I don't even like using that shit because, like I said, a lot of people just watching.
Like to me, you get pulled over, just get it over with, right? Just
Exactly.
driver license, here you go. They already
Yeah.
know how to check your insurance. Did I speed? Be nice. Maybe don't give you
Yeah,
a ticket.
for sure.
I got pulled over a couple weeks ago on Service Road on 20 from Arlington, and I was like, damn it, and everybody's chirping in the back, oh, Dad, you were speeding, your ticket, whatever. I said, watch this, watch this.
Shit.
And then they make fun of me because, I put my hands on the wheel, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna reach for my driver license, and they're cracking up in the back or whatever. But so they're like, okay, they put me over. It's like you were speeding. I said, okay, I was, and what's the point of saying, badge number, please? Can I get it?
Yeah.
I was speeding. Fuck it. Here you go. Here's my driver license. I got a clean record. I have nothing in the car.
Exactly.
And be nice. They got a job to do, right? They don't need to hear
That's it.
shit if
Yep.
there's no reason to hear shit.
The badge
she let
number.
me go.
Yeah, the badge number and all that shit just comes in if you feel like you're being violated
Yeah,
or some
yeah.
shit like that. Not just
Or
because you
feel
got
like you're
pulled
being
over.
But the thing is, if you're being disrespectful first,
Yeah, I mean, you're setting the tone right off the bat.
Exactly. But if you're like, "How you doing, officer?" You roll down the fucking window. Be
Yeah,
respectful,
I
right?
mean, you're rolling it this way because you already know it's,
Yeah,
you're gonna piss them off.
yeah. So I know you said it before, and I agree. Like they have a hard job.
Yeah.
It's not easy. They don't know what they're pulling up to, so
Yep.
don't give them shit, right?
Yep. I'm the
And
same way. I put my hands up, but I get advice from my cop buddies. I let them know right off the back. I got my gun with me.
yeah, if
You know
that,
what I'm saying? Now,
yeah,
I'm the type. I'm like that. I'm like, all right, man. But I've never gotten a ticket before. Knock on wood. I've never really been pulled over, but a couple times. But they let me go. I'm like that. I'm like, all right. But now if they start asking like, so what are you up to today? I'm like, look, man, let's just get my ticket, no matter what the fuck I'm up to. But not in a rude way. I'm just like,
yeah,
let's go, man.
yeah.
What's the point of the small talk? A lot of times they small talk. I think it's because they're trying to see what you're up to.
And I get
You know what
that.
I
I
mean?
get
Yeah,
that. They're doing
yeah.
their job, right?
And sometimes, well, not sometimes. Once I've told them, look, man, I ain't got nothing on me. I ain't here to chit chat. If you want, do what the fuck you gonna do? You know what I mean?
And sometimes they're like, "All right, let's get this over with,"
Yeah.
right? As we say in a
Yeah,
respectful
yeah,
way.
yeah. I don't say like, what the fuck? I'll just be like, man, look, I ain't got time for the small talk. I'm not here to small talk with you on the side of the road. But I think I've only been pulled over maybe 2 or 3 times. One of them was bullshit. It was right there on the train tracks on what is that? Tyler, coming from like your store going like if you're going to Wynwood. Was that
Okay, yeah,
Tyler?
yeah, Tyler.
And out of nowhere they had cones blocking off the 2 lanes and you had to go into the left lane. So hit my blinker and I fucking crossed 2 lanes and went through. He pulled me over for crossing 2 lanes without giving it a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Like change your lane, then change your
yeah.
lane, and didn't have a choice. You're coming up on the hill by the fucking railroad
You
tracks.
just
You
gotta
won't
cut
see him till the
across, yeah.
last minute. So he pulls me over and he's like, you know why I pulled you over? Nah, it was kind of I didn't have the respect for the cops and shit I do now and all that other shit. It was a long time ago. And he's like, I pulled you over because this. I'm like, well, I didn't have fucking time, so I'm already a little upset about it. And he's like, well, where you going? I said, man, what the fuck does it matter where I'm going? Just give my damn ticket and let me go. Shit. He goes, well, maybe if you're a little bit nicer, maybe I'll just let you go without a ticket. And I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, sir. Well, I'm on my way to pick up my son from school, blah, blah, blah. My whole tone changes,
yeah,
and
yeah,
fucking let me go. You know what I mean? So, but did I ever tell you that story when they pulled up on me at Sunset?
yeah. You told me that.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, man. That day I was asking for like a badge number and shit. You know what I mean? And at that time I was heavy and watching them fucking videos.
Yeah,
So they call it the walk of shame. That
yeah.
that cop did the walk of shame. You know what I mean? It was some bullshit. But you know, talking about well, you're the only one here. It was well, motherfucker. Somebody got to be
Somebody gotta be
first. You know what I
first.
mean? Like, what the fuck I'm doing?
Yeah,
Well, I'm first, motherfucker.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And that's what I kept saying. I'm like, somebody got to be first,
yeah,
man. What the
yeah.
fuck you bullshitting about? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that Isaiah, I had him record that whole, and I still got it on my phone. That
Mhm.
whole interaction, and all his friends are passing by. I'm like, don't stop recording, man. You know what I mean? That shit's tripped out. But I don't even know what we got to talking about that. But yeah, it's easy. Just do the cop says. You know what I mean? They ain't trying to pull
Yeah,
you over. You're the one that, especially if you're the one that's speeding or what. Oh, we're talking about TikTok and the
yeah,
videos. But they always, like I said, I know my rights, name and badge number. Like,
yeah, yeah,
it's gonna make him. Oh shit, he knows his rights. You know what, ma'am? I don't care what you got on
yeah.
you. Have a nice day. You know
Yeah, I
what I
mean, to
mean?
me, it's like just get it over with. Like,
Yeah,
and if even if maybe if you're hiding something, if you're nice, they'll let you go quicker, right? So, anyways, that at that end of my story, she let me go. She's like, I see you got your family here. We're trying to keep people from speeding down this service road. I said, okay, I understand,
yeah.
appreciate you. And then it was funny because she gave me a card and she said, here's a survey. You want to fill out a survey about the Arlington Police Department? I'm like, oh, no wonder she let me go. Fuck it.
Right?
I
She
didn't.
needs some good
Yeah,
comments. Shit, that's fun. But no, I don't break the traffic laws either.
yeah,
If I'm on the freeway, I'll set my. Think I mentioned this.
yeah,
I'm a cruise controller.
yeah,
So 5 to 7 miles. If they pull me over, then there's something wrong because everybody else is
yeah.
flying by. I use my blinkers. Shit like that.
I'll speed every now and then, but I don't like over speed, right? I'm not going 90 on the freeway, I'll maybe hit 80 and a 70, but that's, but I do have a heavy
Yeah.
foot.
10 miles, I think, is within
Yeah,
reason. I don't do the. I'll get up to 10, but I try not to because I don't want to get pulled over. There's
Yeah.
sometimes cops. You know what I mean?
Like my the SUV we have, it's heavy and it's
Yeah,
big SUV and it does pick up V8, but you could tell the difference when I'm driving that and then Cynthia's car,
yeah.
right? And then now,
In Cynthia's car.
yeah. And when I was driving her car yesterday, and I was just like, damn, I'm going like almost 90. I need to slow down because those little cars, it's lighter than what I'm used to, and I have a heavy foot, so yesterday I was like, oh shit. And then
Got
when I
it.
was driving the Jeep, that motherfucker's heavy with the big wheels, and it's an older Jeep, so it doesn't
Yeah,
pick up like a newer one would, and it's a V6, so you could tell the difference. But I was like struggling, then I got to
yeah.
remember like I can't drive this fast in this old ass Jeep.
Yeah, 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 man. So shout out to the cops out there, man. Just let them do the job, especially if you break the law in front of them.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
get mad.
yeah,
You know what I mean? What I don't like is always like, because like I said on TikTok, I mean, these motherfuckers here, man, they know what you're talking about and
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
So the shit comes up, when the well, I ran or I'm not giving you my name because y'all be killing us too much, and the cops are like, what?
I,
Ma'am, am I being
you
mean to
bleep
you? Do you think
your
I'm
tail lights
fixing?
out, bro. Like I'm
Yeah.
just
Do you think I'm fixing the kid? Like it's just an
yeah,
excuse,
yeah,
just to. And some of them cops are like, really? That's getting real played out right
yeah,
already. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
I ain't even pulled my gun out, my taser, nothing. I've just asked you for your license.
yeah,
I ain't here to kill you, and shit.
yeah,
But nah, that been popping up, and you brought up vendors over there at the 4th of July, and I don't know how the shit. I don't even remember looking. I don't know how that's become a recurring theme of people going and saying buying from vendors that have no customers. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
they go up to them buying pretty cool shit. But I guess there's a lot of fairs too. I guess that's maybe why the algorithm got it. There's this guy, I don't know if you ever seen. They sell these ice creams. They're always out like at the like State Fair, Texas, but they go to all of them
Uh-huh.
and they sell these J-shaped ice cream cones. They fill them up and fill them. But anyways, they're big on going to other vendors and say, "Hey, y'all want to do a trade? What do y'all recommend? What y'all's best shit?" And then they end up trading. So
Okay.
that's pretty cool because you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Damn, that shit looks good." But then they're like, "Hey, didn't I see you in Grand Prairie? Yeah, where
yeah,
you head next? Oh, I'm going to Frisco next, and then I'm
yeah,
going here." So that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool. They always go to different ones and like, "Hey, this is chicken wing or Philly
right,
cheesesteak
right.
place. Hey man, we'll trade you 3 cones for your best
Oh, that's
combo."
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is pretty cool. So, but then I got kind of tired of it. I'm like, okay, how many people can I see trade for some ice cream? You know what I mean? But
but
he
that's
makes
their
it.
thing. That's their
It
thing. Yeah,
is. But I watch about a whole day or 2 days
yeah,
work
yeah,
because it's
yeah,
cool. You want to see different. They're like, all right, let's just later. Because he's kind of crazy. I always say, let's go.
yeah.
Hey man, you trade us 3 for it. Let's go.
Oh,
So
that
the whole
that phrase, "Let's
yeah,
go."
so he's saying it like the
Yeah,
whole time and
yeah,
shit, but it is cool, to see that shit. So, like I said, I don't get into the friends, and I don't even like. I think there's like 3 columns where you can look up like everything, which I've only got like 4 people I accepted,
yeah,
or you can just look at random shit like the YouTube shorts.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that I'll get into. You know what I mean? But
But like when you start watching certain videos, that's what pops up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So hey, at least Myron knows there ain't a bunch of girls in bikinis popping up. It's
Yeah.
police pulling people over and
Right. Right.
food truck type
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I like watching the shit like that. Different foods, different food trucks and shit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like mine is mostly, like I said before, I watch shit for entertainment. Right. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. The news. We don't even have cable to watch. Fox 4. There's a way to do it on Prime, Amazon.
yeah,
There's a way to get just the news. So like if it's the weather's bad or something's going on, I'll do that. Or we have the antenna to watch Fox 4 or whatever. And I'll just look at I'll scroll through like the top headlines, right?
yeah,
But my shit is just like entertainment. I'll look at recipes for food or the workout or some AI, that all that AI shit that's coming out with
yeah.
the gorillas and Bigfoot and shit like that. Um, and then Cynthia will send me something and it fucks up my whole shit. You know what I mean? And
uh,
but my shit is just mostly entertainment kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah. Oh, there's also this guy's been coming up. Bounty Hunter D. He's a repo guy. I don't know how the hell this shit comes up, but this will be going up to the repos, man, and people be talking shit. And
Yeah.
he's like, you know what, man? I'm with all the smoke. You want
Yeah.
this? Come on, motherfucker. I'll drop your car right now. You can get the first hit.
Yeah.
At first it seemed real, but now I'm like, man, this shit fake as hell.
The Operation Repo show was fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one, I think there is some real ones, but they mix in,
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
get the views and shit. Like they'll be going at it, then it'll stop and it'll show the other person like getting up off the ground. All right, man, here's my key. And Bounty Hunter D done whooped them up and shit.
Bounty Hunter D.
Yeah, so I don't know how this stuff gets on my algorithm. Like I
Yeah,
said, at
yeah.
least like I said, Mario knows it ain't a bunch of girls in bikinis. It's some
My shit
some
ain't like
off the wall type shit. So that shit gets to me. But like I said, I don't know. For me, it feels weird, like to go to even your profile or Cynthia's or for me, first of all, if I go to somebody's wives, I already feel like I'm doing something, even though it's my sister-in-law.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And well, why are you looking at sister? Well, that is my sister-in-law. I'm
Yeah,
seeing what
yeah.
they up to. But for me, that's weird
I get
anyways.
it,
You know what I mean? And then
My mother-in-law had been popping up.
yeah, she popped up, man.
I know.
She be her videos be popping up, man. I haven't befriended her, whatever you call it, man. But yeah, she popped up. She was all dancing with these two gay guys. There's some gay guys that up in there.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? What the hell? You know what I'm saying? What the hell?
I know she be putting videos on there for the restaurant, and then she'll put some random shit. I'm like, I think Cynthia had to tell her something one time, like, that's the business page. You put that shit on your personal page.
Yeah, I saw it. It pops up like she all dancing. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every now and then on that one, somebody's from I know will pop up.
Yeah.
Not very often at all. I think one popped up of Maria the other day, but I mean, like I said, I don't like looking at personal people's lives. I like looking at the small clip. Like on YouTube, I don't even watch besides the Two Bros to Perspective podcast, really long podcast. I just look at the shorts, you know what I mean? And a lot of times the shorts chop it up anyway and give you the good parts. You ain't gotta watch it all. So, but she popped up, man. She be sliding in the DMs and shit. You know what I mean? But nah, that's all I really watch on TikTok. It's funny, like you said, what's funny, because I told you the other day, like, I've never looked at anything, Love Island. All you Love Islanders out there, man. That show is crazy as hell. But now little clips of Love Island are popping up on it, and I'm like, because they listening. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that show. Oh my God, I never had a show so much that every episode, at least 5 times an episode, I'm like, oh shit! Like I'm literally like yelling, like what the like. It's called Love Island, man, but it's like they ain't trying to let these people fall in love, man.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I saw clips of it. I'm like, nah, I don't know about that.
Well, on the radio, I kept hearing people talking about, I'm going to my Love Island watch party and Love Island. So I'm like, I didn't watch it before I heard about it, because I was like, man, like you said, I think you brought it up one time where the kids walked out on the only
that's the shit.
So I feel like I was walking by the living room, I'm watching a show with young 20s in bikinis, but that's not what it's about. You know what I mean?
But that's all they show.
Yeah. So every time, they do a lot of kissing and shit. So just like you, she all happens to walk in when the two girls and 3-way kissing. But if a lot of that shit, I fast forward, because man, they do a lot of swapping partners and that shit. I want to see the drama. So I fast forward through a lot of that part. But man, when I tell you that, like, they falling in love and you think, okay, the show's coming close to an end, everybody's got a couple, and then they be like, here comes 5 new single guys, and then like they're all in love, and then they're like, man, just from the 5 minutes I talked to this new guy, we're connecting. Like what the, like, man, and then they're all in love, and then they're like, okay, there's like 10 people there or 20 people, 15 of you will be leaving today, and they're all in love already. Like I'm like, you're not giving them a chance to fall in love.
Next.
Yes, man, you just trip out because you think it's going one way, and then like America voted, and they want you out tonight immediately. Like, I just fell in love. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, I ain't ashamed to say, fucking Love Island, man. Check it out. That shit. Not, man, that's some crazy shit these kids be getting themselves into on these shows. But it's the shows that be getting them into it too. But I mean, I can't believe it's crazy. Like, you get a new girl that comes up and she's sitting there, 10 guys are all strapped up to a thing and she kissing like and I don't mean just little kids, like you're like,
Yeah.
what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your daughter, if that's your son,
Somebody.
I mean, it's different. If it's your son, you're like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. But for a girl, it's different.
Yeah.
You know, a guy kissing 10 girls in a row and a girl kissing 10 guys. For me, that's a little bit different. Maybe I'm a, what is it, misogynist?
Yeah.
Whatever, but for me, it's different. But yeah, man, fucking Love Island.
Love Island.
I already caught up, man. Binge watched it, so I don't know what I'm gonna watch when I get home
I know. I
today.
hate when I do that. You binge watch it, and then you're like, "Damn, what am I gonna
Yeah,
watch
what's
now?"
next?
Yeah.
But I think I got by binge watching that. I think I skipped a few things
Yeah.
that I was gonna watch. So on Sundays, that's by
I
me.
think I finished Squid Games. I finished Squid Games.
Man, it seems like the other one had just came out, or either that, or I just watched it.
Yeah.
Because last time it took like 2 3 years, didn't it, to come out?
Something like that. But I think because this was part 2 of season 3 or some shit like that. Because it didn't
Oh,
end.
second half.
It didn't
Okay,
end.
I was wondering
Yeah.
because I could have sworn I did watch it, and I was like, how the fuck did it end? Did it? Which one's the one that ended when he killed the guy? Where he knew the guy. The guy was also playing the game.
That was season 1. But this same one.
No, that wasn't.
This
Was it
season 2
one?
also.
But
kinda
I know,
similar.
but season one was the one where
The old man.
no, but then the young guy was
This was season 2,
okay,
part 1.
but it didn't finish.
No, it didn't finish.
Okay, because he shot him or some
Yeah.
shit, right?
And then they
Found
cut
out he
it.
was the brother
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
cop, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But this won't ruin it for you. But this one, it was like, I know they're all gory, bloody, and
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
death, but this was just over the top.
Really?
Type shit, yeah.
So-
but not like in a bad way.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
just like, oh shit, like dude,
Now, part one was good. Part two, I mean, do you think this got to be it? How much further can you tell? put
I'm
the
not gonna
story?
ruin it, but I
Okay.
think there's gonna be another one.
Ah.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Money Heist? Man, that was badass. Supposedly it came out either Mexico, Spain, or something. It didn't do good, and came to the U.S. and it went. You ever? It's on Netflix where they're wearing like a red robe with a white mask,
I think I seen the preview.
and it got real big. It came out a few years ago. That's pretty good right there. Kind of. Well, I don't know why Squid Games reminded me of that, but yeah, I need to check that out. I'm on. Like I said, I'm caught up on freaking Love Island.
Then
So-
I think I told you the Bear was good, and then 90 Day Fiance finished that shit.
Which one?
The where Sarper came to the United States and
See, I haven't caught up on that one. For some reason, it's hard for me to get into them when there's new people. Now,
Oh, okay.
Harper Sarper, I know
Yeah,
he's stupid as fuck.
yeah.
So I've been
So he
watching.
finally came to the United States.
Yeah, well, in the last reunion, he was here, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
already?
here.
But now he's living
Yeah.
permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's hard for me to get a new one. But he's a trip. And who else is on there
The OG ones.
that's been on there before?
Sarper, and then who else was on there?
Isn't
a lot
that
of new
one
people.
Mexican guy that his girlfriend took her ex-boyfriend that one time when she went to visit him? I think he's on there, maybe.
No, it wasn't them. It was a lot of new people in this one.
Yes.
I think Chicana and Sarper were on there. Then there was
Chicana.
a throuple. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
There was like they were married, right? And then they're from San Diego. I think they have money or something, but they would go.
Oh, I did
They
start
went to
watching it.
Mexico.
Yeah.
They met a stripper and they wanted to marry. They had to get they would have to get a divorce to
Yeah.
marry her, and it was some bullshit.
Because the other day I seen that it was the reunion.
Yeah.
And I like the reunion, so I was like, man, let me start catching up. And I did see the
Yeah,
throuple, whatever. They were on a boat, and they're like, "You sure it's gonna work out?"
yeah, that was
I
like
think-
before they went to.
Hey, but Sharper and Chicana, that fool Sharper, he's funny, man. And he had all those bottles that
Yeah.
that he didn't want to give away. He said he slept with like 5,000
Yeah.
women and shit. Like, and then out of nowhere, she runs that show. But I did see some shit where they I think they're separated or something. So I need to catch up on that shit. I like that.
Yeah.
90 Day. They got that new one that I've been watching where the singles all go to the hotel. You seen that one?
I didn't watch it, but that's another one that's like I know if I'm watching it, Cynthia's gonna walk in. At the worst,
No,
at the
that was
worst
not
part.
too bad. There's a lot of shit talking on that one. It's got a Chantel from the family Chantel.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
got her on there, and I always said that fool was gay. That guy Tim,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
the single life.
No, it's not the. Well, I guess it is. They're all single, but
Yeah.
they're like looking for love in a
Yeah,
hotel with
yeah.
each other.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, and it's got that dude Tim. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
Tim,
about?
yeah.
And that fool still claims he's not gay. But then Pedro, you know Pedro,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
He
yeah.
got with. Okay, you know that chick from London that she's with that black guy, but he's got like colored eyes, and
Yeah.
they were going back. So Sophie,
Yeah.
Her and Pedro supposedly been
For real?
together for a while. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
see that
that's
coming.
funny.
But they said Pedro done came up like he's like a millionaire realtor type dude now.
Oh
So
yeah,
so it worked out. I think he used Chantel to get what he needed, but
I think a few of them do. It's not to get over here, but I think once they see they're on the show
yeah,
and what that can do, then
if you're
yeah,
smart about
yeah,
it, like he was,
yeah,
hey, got him what he wanted and got her TV fame. She's making money off TV,
yeah,
so it
yeah,
kind of worked out for both. So
yeah.
yeah, that's what I've been on. I think I'm gonna watch a movie. I watched damn what is it called? Man, I ran across that. Never seen it, but it just came out. It's about Frank Frank Costello and another mobster. I forget. They were best friends growing up. True story. But Robert De Niro plays both characters.
I see. I know what you're talking
Man,
about.
that's a
Yeah,
badass
yeah.
movie.
It looks like an old movie.
Yeah, but I think it's
Yeah,
2025.
yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
haven't watched it yet.
I had never heard of it. I was like, how
Yeah,
did I never heard of this? And I watched it. But at first, it's tripped out because you're watching Robert De Niro like
yeah.
talk to himself. You know what I mean? But you get used to it in a minute. But no, I bet I'm a fan of the old mobster
We
movies.
saw Sinners yesterday.
Sinners. Which one's that
That's
one
with
with
Michael B.
Michael?
Jordan.
Where he plays
And
two people too, right? Or twins or
is it
something?
him playing both parts?
Yeah,
I was like, who's the other dude?
that
He
was
looked just
him.
like him.
I heard mixed reviews on that one. What do you think about it?
It's good until the end
Damn.
because it's like,
So
oh, it's
you
this kind of movie. Like,
so you watched the whole shit and
yeah,
then disappointed?
not disappointed, but it. How can you? Well, fuck it out. It won't really. It'll ruin it, but now I
Nah,
won't ruin it.
I'm
I won't
not.
ruin it.
Go ahead, ruin it.
Okay, it's a vampire movie.
Ah,
It's like you think it's like a movie about the devil or whatever because the guy's his son, he's the son of a pastor and he goes to play the guitar and you think to me I thought like the devil was gonna make a deal with him like you want to be
yeah.
the best guitar player, but ends up they're fucking vampires.
Yeah, I
But
don't like
so that
vampires.
kind of ruined it a little bit. It turned into like Dusk Till Dawn type shit.
Yeah, I'm not big on sci-fi
So
type shit
that
like
that
that.
that that ruined it, but the story was good, and the ending was good. But that the vampire part ruined it, and it was saw Warfare, that Desert Storm movie or something like that. It's
Isn't
not a
that new
movie about
one?
Desert Storm. It's new. It's a movie about one particular part.
Of Desert Storm.
Yeah, where the Marines and Navy SEALs kind of had to
Because there's a
stop that shit.
military movie I've heard a lot of people talk about that came out in theaters, but I don't know
It's
which
probably that
exactly.
one.
That one.
It's because it just came out. It was good. That one was good, and what else? I forgot what else we watched, but we bought a new sofa like 2 weeks ago,
Shit, that's what I need.
and so we were just been like, let's just chill on the sofa and watch a movie and
There you
shit.
go.
Yeah,
Comfortable?
it's comfortable.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
need a new sofa. Shit, we need a new bed too.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the vampire shit. I'm not too much into that stuff besides Twilight.
But it's
I
not
would
like
say,
that. It was just
yeah.
like Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
he is like it's from this I guess the 40s, 50s, right after I guess after slaves were free or whatever, and so they started juke joint, like they used to back then,
Yeah.
and some white people got there and they were vampires and shit, and they wanted to come in and play, and then they started like biting the people that were at the juke
Yeah.
joint, and
You know how you said you thought the devil was gonna make a deal with it? Reminds me of this documentary. I think it's on Netflix. I think it's called the Devil's Crossroads or the Crossroads or something. But it's about an old blues guy that he played the guitar. He wasn't that good, and supposedly he went down somewhere and sold his soul to the devil,
yeah,
and came back, and that motherfucker had the talent, some like to play the guitar, but it sounded like there was two people playing it. Like they just said out of nowhere, and they do a lot of interviews and like, yeah, the motherfucker sold his soul to the devil because he couldn't play lit.
yeah,
And he came back and made like I forget his name, but it was pretty good. It just made me think of that when he said sold his soul to the devil. But I think it's like a 35-minute documentary, but it's tripped out. I Googled that guy and
yeah, it was true.
yeah, you hear him play and it didn't sound like just one person fucking playing that guitar and shit.
Yeah,
So, man, I knew a guy, dang, we're going on a whole nother genre, but that supposedly sold his soul to the devil when he was little. He was kind of retarded, you know what I mean? And then after he said he did what he did, he was not so retarded no more.
hmm
So that was kind of weird.
hmm
So I believe that shit. Anyways, Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna watch today, man. I'm gonna catch up on The Shy. I think that comes out on Friday. Uh, I was watching what is it that we talked about? You said you watch it too, with Frank Lucas, with that black
Oh,
Godfather of
yeah,
Harlem.
yeah.
There you go, there you go.
I'm still
That
waiting to get more before we get because I got to get the app.
well, season's over, so maybe if
Okay,
you get it,
yeah,
all the
and I
episodes will
can
be on
watch
there.
the
So
whole
yeah.
season.
Other than that, man, it's cloudy outside. Looks like maybe some rain. I'm gonna catch some breakfast on the way home and
Yeah.
watch some
What are you gonna
shit.
get?
I don't know yet. I was thinking about getting some menudo from that Monterrey, which is pretty good, or just getting some McDonald's or maybe a Sonic toaster. Everybody's asleep, so when I get home, I ain't gotta buy everybody. So
Nobody's up to eat.
nah,
That's kind of
so
like here too. Cynthia goes to work. I don't know about 11 or something. So I just get her some coffee before she goes, and then Nicholas and Bea go with me to the store. So they eat over there, and then Tony's on his own.
yeah, I'm kind of in the mood for menudo, but I just don't feel like doing all the preparation, putting the bowl, warming it up, cutting the lemons, doing all that. Kind of just want
Yeah.
to grab some, go home and eat, sit down and eat. So I don't know. The
I
time,
forgot where there's a place around. Last time you said it, I said, oh, I should have told him about this spot. Nueva Puntada, I think. They sell barbacoa and stuff, but I know they have menudo too, but I don't think we tried it there.
now the one from Monterrey is good. Like I said, I just don't feel like because I always got to heat it back up. It's not hot enough in the bucket they give you. So like
Uh,
I said, I just don't feel like doing that, dirty no dishes and all that. You know what I mean? So I tried out a place. There was some guy from the baseball team. I don't think he listens if he does or what. But they're like, yeah, man, try this place in Midlothian. It's right when it's like 5 minutes from my house. I eat the menudo there, blah blah blah. Shit was a no go. I ate what we ate on that Cinco de Mayo. I got the huevos a la mexicana,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Nah, shoot. It's like it. Now I may be wrong, but you kind of supposed to cook the peppers and shit before, right? Because they gave it to me in the egg and it felt cold,
They'll be sauteed,
like if
yeah,
they
yeah.
threw it in the egg and it wasn't
After the
cooked.
fact.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. I gotta be a
And I
little
was, yeah,
sauteed.
yeah, that goes in then the
Yeah,
egg. So I didn't even eat half of that. The menudo was edible. I ate it because fuck, I spent 22
yeah,
bucks on that breakfast. So like, I'm gonna eat something. So yeah, man, Midlothian. That's why I come back to Oak Cliff when I want to eat Mexican food. You know what I mean? Over
yeah.
there, it ain't.
Last week we went to. I had to go drop some stuff because I go to the store later, but I had to go drop off some change, and we went to. I went to Gonzalez
Yeah, I love
for
Gonzalez.
Just got some breakfast burritos and
Yeah,
stuff. Came back home, and the muffers are good.
yeah, yeah. Fat too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I always get the guiso picoso tacos, whether it's breakfast or lunch. Them
yeah,
motherfuckers go hard.
yeah. So Gonzalez is always like the go-to breakfast spot if we're in Oak Cliff.
Yeah, yeah. Hell
Yeah,
yeah, that's my favorite place to go in Oak Cliff. Or Morelia's is good too. We like to go there. Besides, the first go-to spot obviously is Catherine.
yeah. Shout out to El Catrin with their videos and
Yeah,
good
you
time.
know, yeah, they come at you with them videos, man. So and if you know them, they be in the DMs and shit like that. So, but yeah, it wasn't that good, man. You know, it'd be nice to somebody open a nice little Mexican spot out there because there's a place called Theo Tony's that man, literally, I mean, we're right there on Main Street, so pretty much everything small restaurants that we're right up the street from. And man, we've heard mixed things. And I told Mara, we're just gonna have to go eat.
Yeah,
I mean,
go
we've been
try
there
it
damn
out.
3 years.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And we have because we always heard Theo Tony's
yeah,
wasn't all that, but it's always packed. It's like in the middle of Main Street. Everybody knows Theo Tony's because it's got a good little bar. They got good
okay,
drinks,
yeah,
and it's always packed. But I do know they have good tortillas because when sometimes when I miss Monterrey, we get our tortillas from there. So they do. I know they have good flour homemade tortillas, but I don't know about the food. So I told my other day, so we're just going to go try it out. It's been
yeah,
3 years.
yeah.
People saying this. I think Leslie and Eli, the ones that told us it was nasty. So, but
It depends what you like,
you know
especially with Mexican
the
food.
white people tell us it's
Yeah,
good. You know what I mean? So who you gonna believe?
yeah,
You know, Leslie half white, so I don't know. Maybe halfway believe her, but so I told her we're just gonna try it out, see what is popping. You know, we went to that Roma's. Roma's is pretty good, and looks like they're opening another place called Jalapenos or some shit like that. I don't know, but we'll see. They get a hibachi place on Main Street and a couple of seafood places. So I don't know. We'll try it out. Theo Tony's. Let us know if you've been there in the comments.
in Midlothian.
Yeah, Midlothian Main Street. So Theo Tony's, like I said, I've heard mixed reviews.
Or what's the menudo spot?
In Midlothian, oh, in Midlothian.
No, from Duncanville to Midlothian. What's the menudo spot for you
Well,
to go
from
pick up?
Duncanville to Midlothian, nothing. The last place I can stop for anything kind of Mexican, Tex-Mex, whatever is Monterrey right there on Daniel
Because you're
there.
on 67, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even know.
that's my last option
Yeah.
for if I want tortillas or something like that. So, or I forgot what the chiles that Meyer gets. You can't buy them at Walmart. So if I pass Daniel there, I'm busting a fucking U-turn going back. So, but nah, like I said, I'm in the mood for some menudo. I could eat some, but I don't think I want to do. I want to get home and chill. I don't want to
Yeah.
fucking have to get in the kitchen and
Yeah, I know what you mean.
then waking everybody up. Then I got to share and shit. So I don't know. Maybe Sonic toaster with some tater tots. That sounds good.
You eat on the way or you wait till you get home?
Nah, I'll wait till I get home.
Oh, okay.
I'll set up, turn something on,
Yeah.
grab me a cold drink, and chill out. You know what I mean? So we'll see what it is. What you got going besides work?
That's it. Finish up some stuff around here. I don't know if we're gonna go grocery shopping or not, but since was talking about HEB, I'm like, fuck, I don't go to HEB because then motherfuckers get shit we don't really need, and instead of $150 grocery bill, we're looking at $300 and shit.
Yeah,
because you want the fruit in the damn container, and
why is that shit so expensive?
because it's cut up.
Fuck. Yeah, I went to well, I don't go to HEB. I've never been to HEB, but
HEB's good, but when you take the kids, they just get shit that they don't need.
Now I like go to Brookshire's for the fruits and stuff. It is a lot fresher than Walmart and shit. But I mean, hell, you get a whole watermelon for $7. You get a little container of chopped up watermelon for 10.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You know what
they
I mean?
want watermelon, mangoes, they want pineapples. Like, come on, bro. Like, we didn't ever get that shit.
Well, the pineapples I buy whole, they're like $2.50.
Yeah.
And I like to cut those myself. Man, I'll eat a whole fucking pineapple.
Yeah.
You know, that's what pops up on my YouTube and my TikToks is motherfucking watermelon slicers and pineapple slicers. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, they're listening to me. What the hell? You know what I mean? Because they'll show them like.
Wait till you just start getting TikTok shop.
Well, I've learned how to cut a pineapple through there, man. You know what I mean? But we're talking about watermelon at Leslie's with, I forgot who I was talking to. Like, I love watermelon, but it's a hassle.
Yeah.
So I don't get them because I'm like, first of all, I gotta make sure I have a big bowl because I ain't gonna eat that whole freaking watermelon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what do I do with the rest of it? You got freaking juice all over the place. And what's the right method to cut a watermelon the right way? You know, I usually cut it in half, and then I think I cut it in half again where it splits open.
Yeah.
And, I mean, what's the right process? You know?
Yeah, I think I saw a video once how to do it, and it came out good. But then this last time we bought one, I just chopped it up, and then like you said, it was big. I think it was like $10 for a big ass one, and it was more than what we needed.
Yeah,
but it was still better deal than the little container that they're gonna eat like in 2 days and shit.
I love some watermelon, man, with some tahini.
Yeah,
pineapple too. Oh man, I'll eat a whole fucking pineapple. Them motherfuckers are good.
So I don't know. We'll see. She wants to go to H. I'm like, damn. Just don't take Nicholas if we go to H. They must come back with like the little packaged meals of crab legs and bullshit like that. Okay, I got king crab like
just to say he got king crab. Post it up. Just use it for a little short, little video, and then throw it away.
Last time they got some crab leg meals. I didn't go that time, but came back with sushi and crab legs, like in a little container. Man, they didn't even eat that shit.
Hey, we ordered groceries yesterday, and we were out in the garage fucking around. I'm looking for that damn title, man. I can't find it. Then we had the door open, and fucking guy comes with the delivery. And you got to pass by the garage to deliver. So it's kind of awkward, you know. We're in the garage fucking around, and he's like delivering our groceries. I was like, well, maybe I don't know. I always feel like they look at it like these lazy motherfuckers. You couldn't go to the grocery store.
Hey, that's good for them.
Yeah,
I told you last time the dude was like, I forgot how much I tipped him, and he was like, "Hey, bro, you know, you might want to tip more."
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, fuck that, man. That's when you got to tell them, what the hell? What's up, man? You fucking. Now you really ain't getting no tip.
Yeah.
You know, I don't, like I said, Maya does it. I'm assuming she tips okay. She probably tips more than the fuck I wanted to tip. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like when we go to the restaurants, I tip 20. If they're worth it, 20%.
20%, yeah.
Only $8. I'm like, it's 20%. How much? But a lot of times, if they're good, I'll give them a good 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give them a good little number. So But yeah, he was just walking by. Well, now let me ask you this: so do you feel comfortable with your garage, leaving your garage open? Not theft wise. Talking about rodents running in, a snake, a cat.
Well,
The main
like
thing,
overnight
rodents.
or when we're out here.
Just period.
No, because of the mosquitoes right now and the flies. But one time there's been not armadillo, a possum in here,
Oh shit.
and one time there was a there was like a little hole right up here in the top before we got it fixed. There was a raccoon that jumped in there, and I remember I came outside, opened the garage, and he ran outside. I'm like, what the fuck?
Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. So no, I don't like leaving it open
See, that's what
unless
I.
I'm in the driveway working in the
Yeah, yeah.
cars or like when I'm working out and stuff, we leave it closed.
Okay. But even like that, something could run in, a rodent. You know what I
Yeah, because
mean?
there's shitload of. I caught two possums last week in my
Yeah.
trap.
So I'm the same way. Mara was like, "It's hot in here. Open the door." I'm like, I hate opening the door. But
But
then,
if we're here, if we're outside, then we'll leave it open,
yeah,
right? But if I'm going in and out, or
I'm more looking at like a mouse, and then it gets in your garage, and then it gets
in the
somehow
attic, yeah.
into. You know what I
We've
mean?
had mice because of the creek,
Yeah.
and I hate rats and mouse because you feel like dirty, right?
Yeah. Hell
And we're
yeah.
not dirty, but the exterminator guy was like, "You got a creek down here."
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
mean,
where they're
sometimes
coming
it's
from,
yeah.
and we get them in the attic, and we caught one couple weeks ago because fucking the creek or whatever, and I just hate them.
Yeah, like you said, just for the. That's one thing that'll get me screaming like a little bitch if I see a rat.
Yeah, me too. I don't. I call Tony to come get it.
Yeah. Last time I was like jumping on the couch and the kids would laugh at the
Yeah,
old house. There was a mouse and like they were like they didn't care. They got like a 2x4. They were killing the shit out of it and like I'm holding my
I
ears
can't
like
do that.
yeah.
Yeah, I called Tony for that shit.
Yeah, fuck that.
Cynthia
But
was like, I guess Tony can't move out because who's gonna do it? Yeah,
exactly, exactly. Shit, we found a snake in the kitchen that I wasn't tripping on, but we did a lot of moving. We had still had a lot
yeah,
of boxes. I didn't see no rat dropping, so I'm like, okay,
yeah.
good. But I just worry about. But all the neighbors, they fucking leave their shits open, so I'm like, maybe there is no rodents out here. I mean,
Or
it
they
gotta
don't worry,
be,
or they don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Like if we're here though, they won't come in
yeah,
because most time they're at night.
yeah,
The other possums, the raccoons and shit, skunks, they're at nighttime, right?
yeah.
But during the daytime, we'll leave it open. There's just flies and
Yeah.
mosquitoes.
And there's a few neighbors with cats,
Yeah,
and I don't like cats, but they're outside cats, but it's like they're domesticated cats because
yeah,
they don't go through your trash.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You leave your trash out there, they don't fucking go through. I see the fucking paw prints on my car and
yeah.
in the backyard on my chairs and shit, but Myra said maybe that's why there ain't no rodents around
Could
here.
be.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So normally I don't like them, but there's one that sleeps. Stevie's got what do you call it, where your window comes out and you got a little bench right there by the window.
Terrace thing or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
so it's a hangover outside.
yeah.
It hangs over, and there's one cat in the front that likes to sit under that. And I know there's one in the fucking back. So, I'm like, well, maybe they're keeping the
Oh, I
rodent. I don't know if they keep snakes. I know we got spiders like a
We
motherfucker.
got tarantulas
I
here.
mean, when I'm mowing, you
Mhm.
just see all them fucking spiders crawling up the wall. I mean, I'm talking about like hundreds.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. You see 'em, like there's a couple seasons where you see them down on the ground with the little baby. I mean, I don't think they're poisonous ones. I hope not because I'm all around them.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see them crawling all over the outside when I'm mowing, and you see them crawling through the fucking yeah. They're out there like a mow. Then we got a damn bird that made a nest in my under my porch thing,
Yeah.
and Myra told me not to fucking kill it or not kill the birds.
Remove the nest.
Yeah, but now it's fucking shitting around the
Yeah.
corner of my patio. So I told you, you're cleaning that shit. You told me not.
Call animal control.
Nah, I just
That's what I do because I got a trap.
and they'll come get a bird.
But I'm sure they'll get the nest
Mm.
better than you killing it. But we have a trap because something was going under the house, and I was like, damn, again. So I put a trap out there. We caught two possums last week,
Mm.
and they just come.
Well, I wasn't gonna kill the bird. I was gonna make sure the bird was out and just fucking get rid of the.
But maybe they'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And take the bird somewhere. But yeah, so I just called him. I'm like, hey, sorry, but I got another one.
Hey, that's a
I remember
job.
one week we had a possum, a skunk, and a raccoon like in the same week in the trap.
Hey, jungle. You live in the jungle, man.
And
So
they come at night, so we get them at night. They don't come out during the day, really.
yeah, so that came up yesterday. Mara was like, "It's hot in here. It was hot. We got a little fan."
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I just don't want no rodents. That's my main thing. You know what I mean?
But I think at night we'll close it for sure, but during the daytime they don't come out.
Okay. Well, some reassurance, like I said, we was moving everything around and we didn't find no snakes or no
Yeah.
rat droppings or anything like that. So I was like, okay, good. Because, like I said, I'm sure they're out there. It's kind of well, it's not real country, but it's not real big city either.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some running around there, and
For us, it's all the woods that are
yeah,
around here
I
that
just be
fucking.
afraid something gets in and then gets in through the door. Now it's fucking
This
inside.
happened for here. Like I said, where I came out here and there was a possum over in that corner. The raccoon jumped out the ceiling and outside. And we've had two big ass raccoons in the attic before.
How do you get rid of those? You just call fucking
The
animal
dude
control
came.
or
Yeah,
what?
no, the exterminator came, and they had made a hole in the roof. So he put a. That's when I first got a cage. He put a cage where the hole was, and he went in there.
Damn.
And then we thought that was it. And then the next day we heard another fucking big ass raccoon. So he's like, "Oh, you got another one in there." I said, "I ain't going up there. Fuck
Hell
that."
no.
So we caught the two. They fixed the roof, and then that's when we started getting a hole inside the house that they were going under.
Damn.
That was skunks, and I guess this last time was possums because we got possums.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
And they just keep, yeah, them possums, they'll fucking attack your ass, right? What skunks too? Were there or no?
I don't know. I don't get close to them to find out.
Well,
Like
I've
I
seen
think
videos of
I went
possums.
for a run one morning, early in the morning, and there was like four raccoons in the street. I was like, "Fuck that!" I turned around. I
Hell
ain't
no.
running today.
Well, aren't they supposed to have like rabies and shit too, right?
Yeah,
Supposedly both of them,
yeah.
possums and skunks. Yeah, fuck all that shit. Yeah, yeah, fuck that. If it ain't a dog, I ain't trying to fuck with it.
Even dogs. Like I remember when I was riding the bike, I would go down Camp Wisdom all the way to Hampton, right? And you know over there by Denny's and all that shit, there's like all those motels and shit
Yeah.
right there. Cynthia's like, "Why are you riding? What you riding down there? There's all those crackheads and shit." I said, "I'd rather be passing crackheads than dogs down neighborhoods."
Right? That's funny. Yeah, so yeah, fuck them rodents. Well, what you fucking with? Fucking possums and skunks and all that.
Yeah,
Goddamn. But I'd rather be honest. I'd probably rather deal with them than a rat. I don't like fucking
they all
rats.
come together because like, we have the creek, and then across the street there's all those woods that they don't want to clear out, which I like it, but then it comes with all the bullshit.
Hell yeah. So, but anyways, man, before we get going and shit, Chris hit me up, nephew hit me up, said he was at the Ranger game
Yeah,
against
it
the
was.
Padres. That's some cool
He was out
shit.
there 4th of July. He had a chance to do the flyover with his squadron that he's in for the helicopters, but he ended up trading. Somehow he traded somebody that was like because they traded so he can go to the game. They were like, all right, well, since we traded, you take the trip over to do the flyover and stuff, And
I think he says he's going today too,
yeah, he ended
right?
up getting tickets today too. So that's cool. He could see the Rangers out
Hell
there.
yeah, out there in San
And like I
Diego.
said, we've been to that ballpark. It's a nice ballpark. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? And it's one of those where they close the streets down because it's
yeah,
downtown San
yeah,
Diego. So they close the streets down, and shops pop up, and the bars are open or whatever. And it's cool because you drive down the road and you see the fucking stadium. And if it's a game going on, you see the people in there,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool shit on 4th of July. Get to see your
Yeah,
home team
yeah,
play.
yeah.
Uh, your new home team. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was pretty cool. Then I got a call this week from this dude wanted me to do a voiceover on on some animations.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
So I called my voice coach, my acting coach.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I think I made the video. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean? I
did.
think I did pretty good.
He played it for me, and I was like, okay,
One take. You know what
yeah,
I mean? He hit me up. He's like, "Hey, you want to do this character?" I was like,
yeah,
"Hell yeah, let's do it."
yeah.
Little two liners, not what I'm used to.
How you start out?
I'm used to lead roles, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? But I'll help him out a little bit.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So we'll see if it leads to bigger and better things, man. I may have to leave my job, leave the podcast, and
yeah.
go into voiceovers. You know what I mean? So I'll put my resume out there. We'll see if I get any
Hey,
calls.
just add that to your resume, voiceover.
Yeah, he hit me up with that shit. I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Then I watched it and I was like, damn, that's it. I was gonna add some shit, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I was like,
He would
nah.
cut it out.
That's why.
Like I want this, and
Yeah,
that's it.
I was like, let me stick to the script.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was like, that's it. Because when I say, would you like a receipt? It's like the other characters are already talking,
Yeah.
so you barely hear me. I was
Yeah.
like, man, that was my best part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it hit me up, that tripped me out. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it, man. I got you.
That's cool.
And he goes, it's got to be like a Squidward type attitude. I'm like, I don't even know Squidward. I know who he is because it's SpongeBob. I'm like, I had to Google it. What is Squidward's demeanor? And it's like rude and nonchalant.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I can fuck with that. Maybe that's why he picked it. Maybe I'm rude and nonchalant. So
Nonchalant part, yeah. I'd
yeah.
say.
So, but other than that, man, the stress starts tomorrow back again. But I've been doing better. I think in one of the scriptures it says, uh worry about tomorrow because today's got its own problems
Yeah.
and stress. So deal with today and deal with tomorrow. So I've been kind of trying to live by that. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
So when I think about tomorrow, I'm like, no, I'm thinking about tomorrow. So maybe that's part of the mental health shit. Who knows?
Well, man's mental health's over. So back to fucking dealing with it yourself. Goddamn.
Damn, it's
Nobody
never
gives,
over.
Nobody gives a fuck anymore about men's mental health.
Yeah, no
That's
shit.
right. That's what that's for. That's what I hate to say it like that, but that's what the beer and the bottle's for. I'm just kidding.
Dang. So just drown all your troubles in alcohol. You know what I mean?
Or hit the gym.
Or hit the gym, or do both. Go to the gym drunk.
I've done that before. I watched a video. I watched these stupid workout videos, like these dumbasses that they're all buff and stuff, and then they do dumb shit. And he got drunk before the gym. Not got drunk, but got a little buzz before the gym and kept drinking. And he had a fucking badass workout. So I did that. I think I drank like a buzz ball before, and then I had my little cup right here during the workout. Man, I had a badass workout.
Oh, I guess I'm imagining going to the gym drunk. So I guess at home, what's the difference?
Yeah,
have a little drink and work out.
Because you when you're drunk, you do shit that you probably wouldn't do normally. So like I went heavy that day.
I went heavy. Heard the next day probably. A fucking hangover and sore. Yeah. That's funny. So maybe I need to do the workout part. Well, I ain't been drinking lately.
I haven't drank that much lately.
Yeah, I haven't really drank lately. I didn't even drink on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Still got a bottle in there that I ain't drank. So, but other than that, man, start a new week. We'll see how it goes. Summer's coming to an end pretty soon. And other than that, man, what you got?
That's it. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to Anthony Animates.
Yeah.
Letting Steven do the voiceover and always editing our shit. And that's it. Hopefully next week nobody's too busy next week and we can just.
This is the 4th of July edition.
4th of July episode, yeah. So happy
episode
4th.
2 days ago.
Happy birthday, America.
Yep, happy birthday, America. Hopefully everybody had a safe one. Yeah. I saw a video of this rapper that's always talking shit, blew his hand off. Had some of them M80s.
Yeah.
It was funny because he was talking shit, like this and that. Somebody just said the fuse went quicker than he expected. Yeah. So I guess he lit them up. Like, oh shit, didn't get it off.
Yeah.
We almost had, real quick before we go, we almost had an incident too. Stevie bought the ones that shoot up in there and explode real big. And I don't know exactly what happened, but the first two shot out to the sides. And like they were down there and man, they took off running. It was weird. They shut off literally sideways.
Damn.
And then the rest of them went up. And Eli built a retaining wall to kind of divide the backyard, and it's probably about 5 foot high, and you just see them motherfucker boom hit that wall and just and Uncle Lawrence and Stevie like they took off running. That shit was shooting like your level. It wasn't going high. It was literally going sideways, and we're like, what the fuck? And then it started shooting up in there. So could have turned bad, man. Could have turned bad. But yeah, that rapper, he's funny. He's always from LA. He's always talking shit. Talking shit, and blew his fucking hand. Literally, they showed a picture, and his whole fucking hand was gone.
Yeah.
Whether M80s or M60s or some shit. But anyways, happy birthday, America. Hopefully everybody got their hands out there.
Hell yeah. Have a good week, everybody. And hopefully we'll be back here Sunday. Like, subscribe, share, everything, all that stuff.
Comment.
And, Two Bros, Two Perspective Podcasts on YouTube and TikTok. Hit us up. That's it.
That's it, man. Salute. Have a good week, everybody.